Hello! Welcome. I'm your host, Elizibar, and we just beat on my Twitch stream like 20 minutes ago the whole game under the 2.0 patch. Previous to that on stream, we'd went through all of Phantom Liberty. I got a little review video where I'm talking about that. And just went through, whooped Adam Smasher's butt. All the good stuff that you do in the ending of this game. And I gotta say, for the most part, the 2.0 update hasn't changed the core fundamental things that were good about Cyberpunk. The combat still felt fast. It still felt energetic. It still felt pretty good. Now, that could be because I was doing the same thing I did in my earlier playthrough, where I had a sword and I just went around shanking everybody in the face repeatedly until they died. Pro tip, it works out pretty well. So they added in this patch some new stuff. I think the car combat is part of 2.0, and that's not a Phantom Liberty thing. And the car combat is okay for what it is, but it mostly feels unnecessary, and it's a whole lot easier to just get out of your car and murder people than it is to try to murder them from inside your car. They redid the perk trees, which changed some of how combat worked. But for the most part, they replaced perks like do more damage with guns, or whatever it was with cool, where you stacked up, like you killed people or whatever, and you just got buffs that made you cooler and did more damage. Like, they replaced that kind of stuff with stuff like, oh my lord. You gotta look at this mess. You have to look at the absolute mess here under body. So let's say you want to be like Rebecca. Oh look, there's Rebecca's picture. And you want to use your shotgun. Okay. Great, you get that. Then you go up here. Also still looking pretty good. Less recoil, more damage. But then you get up here to rip and tear, the penultimate shotgun ability, and you shoot somebody and then your next quick melee attack does more damage. In melee, and your shotgun does more damage. It's totally changing the idea of, I just want to shoot people with a shotgun. Meanwhile, over here with light machine guns, which light machine guns kind of suck. I don't know why I would ever use them. Every time you kill somebody, you get a refill. That just is going to mean you run out of ammo faster. LMGs don't do enough damage. For the most part, a lot of the stuff here just felt unnecessary. Only reason I'm at 20 body is, for whatever reason, my gorilla arms stopped counting for the plus body part. So I didn't really get to... So I just put some points in there. Otherwise, I'd have like 19 cool or something. Like, I don't know what to spend my points on. I have points. I don't know what to spend them on. So many of the perks feel pretty much useless. I mean, yeah, I guess less stamina spent crouch sprinting would have been good, but it wasn't even remotely necessary. All I really needed to plow my way through the game was getting up to like Blade Runner here, maybe Slaughterhouse. And that's pretty much it. This whole tree was just for funds. This stuff over here, yeah, okay, yeah, I guess, less stamina cost for shooting people. Every tree also has a car perk in it, which was kind of cool. This one is like purely how to look cool. But again, part of the problem is I forgot that I could do this. I totally forgot that I could do a jump out of the car. I forgot that, God, somewhere in here there's, yeah, like I didn't even buy this. Get stamina after neutralizing enemy while dashing. I'm never going to remember to do that. And just like over here with the finishers that I was doing, honestly, mostly I never used them. I just hacked people down. The one time the finishers actually came in handy was fighting... the boss in the parade, Oda. Fighting him, I actually used the finisher because it knocked his health down a lot. That was kind of cool. But I didn't need him when I was fighting Atom Smasher. I just beat Atom Smasher to pieces with my sword. So I'm not so impressed by the perk tree. There's a lot of stuff that doesn't feel like must-haves. And I feel like if you're going to build out a perk tree, you should probably have a lot of stuff that feels like it is must-haves. The relic stuff was kind of neat, but I didn't really even remember that I had it. This is the only one that I think I really noticed happening because it slows time and that's really obvious. But I was hardly ever crouched, so it didn't really make much of a difference for me in the end after all. I think they should have just taken crafting completely out of the game because what's here now, the vestiges of the old crafting system, just does not do a whole lot for me. I spent more time breaking stuff down and turning it into orange components than I did do anything else with it. And all I did was I came in here and I'm like, oh man, let me upgrade this. And then it's whoop, takes 200 of my hard-earned orange components, which I don't even know what that is in terms of the lower grade stuff. It's a lot. The game likes to unequip stuff too. I keep finding that my heal has been unequipped. That's kind of weird. There's definitely still some weird bugs in the game. More alarming is I'm thinking back to when I did my first playthrough, and I don't remember the game crashing. I'm sure it probably crashed on me once or twice, but I can't remember it. However, since starting up my Phantom Liberty playthrough, my 2.0 playthrough, whatever you want to call it, I've had the game crash on me once a session, it feels like. That's a lot. That's a lot of crashes. There's also, I got a pretty decent system. And I could run 1.64 or whatever the previous patch was, no problem. 2.0 Phantom Liberty gives me problems. The performance degrades. I look at memory usage and Task Manager, and I just see it going up, 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 up. There's clearly a memory leak somewhere. And that kind of sucks. What else we got? We got crafting. Inventory management is still a pain in the butt. This all still sucks. It does. Some stuff has been rejiggered. I think the journal looks a little different. Maybe I'm mistaken about that, but I feel like there's something. It was either the journal or looking at the shard list. Something felt different in here. I don't remember what at this point. The new kinds of stuff are on the maps. So the vehicle contracts, which I don't remember if those were Phantom Liberty or if those are a 2.0 thing, but you can go watch my Phantom Liberty review to see how I think about, or what I think about that stuff. There's definitely enough content in this game to hit the level cap without burning it all, which was kind of nice. Anything else? I think we've covered all the stuff in 2.0. Combat feels pretty much the same. If anything, maybe combat feels just a little bit better than it did before. I don't know. It's certainly fast, and it's certainly full of me stabbing people in the face, which I enjoy stabbing people in the face. I think most of the changes that people really don't like have to do with the way hacking and all that works. But I got 4 int bro and no perk points spent in this tree. I was not using quick hacks except to turn cameras off. That is the only reason I was doing that. I know Orin Joker has been enjoying playing with a hammer, doing bonk stuff. He got really into this and the shoulder charge and stuff. And that's cool that that kind of worked out for him. But the only reason I really invested anything in here was plus health and that kind of thing. And also so I could win the boxing matches, because I really enjoy that. Oh yeah, the new armor system. Half the time I feel invincible, and half the time I die in 2 hits. And that feels different from the base game. But I can't really tell you anything more about that. That's just kind of what I'm feeling there. And having armor be tied to your cyberware is kind of cool. But it also feels silly that over here in your inventory, you come in here and you're like, all right, I'm going to put this on, and it's like an armored vest or whatever, and it gives plus 25 armor and not more. Which, regardless, that all still feels more natural than the world that we lived in previous to that, where you'd put on like a pair of shoes, and somehow those shoes would keep you from getting shot in the head. Like, that didn't make any sense. So I get where they're going with the new armor system, and I kind of like it. But it definitely doesn't feel fully baked. It feels like, hey, we got to do something here. This is what we decided on. Let's implement it, and then kind of move on. I haven't noticed this, but people keep saying that their cyberware capacity, like their used capacity, keeps changing. And Orin thinks it's got something to do. Yeah, Orin Joker again. He thinks it has something to do with like the gorilla arms or like the arm weapons, and that going up and down. Which maybe, I don't know. But I definitely believe that that is a thing that has happened. Anything else? No, I think that's it. So thank you for joining me as we kind of had a rambly thoughts about this, sorta semi-review. Everything I like about the game is still intact. The atmosphere looks great. The audio design is beyond superb. The fake advertisements are great. The world is as clashing and terrifyingly noisy as it should be. Combat felt good. Just the game was a joy to play. And I'm kind of glad I missed out on the 1.0 experience, so I never knew a world where the game wasn't fun. I don't know that the 2.0 update was strictly a necessary thing, but car combat's kind of neat, and it did add like some other stuff to do in the game, so you know, more power to people who are into that. I don't know that I'm particularly into it, but that's okay. One of the great things is we all don't have to be into the same stuff. Alright, thank you so much for joining me. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Hope to see you again next time. And yeah, instead of a late night comic book review, we got a late night game review. I think this is the second time I've done this. What's up with me? Bye-bye.